Now we're rolling. Damage Plan MMA podcast. I'm Jason. As always, my co-host, the voice of MMA in Utah, Zach Partridge. How you doing?
I'm good, man. I'm good.
Pay-per-view tomorrow, baby.
You know what'd be really cool?
What?
John Jones could go it's weird. He has the UFC 200 build up, big moment for him. He's turned a corner in life, and then failed drug test for whatever reason. And it's like, hey, he's back. He's in the good graces. He gives us a nice interview. Him and Dana have come to terms. He's going to get a little pay bump. He's excited to be a heavyweight. He's fat. He's 255, fat and happy. And he receives his Hall of Fame award last night for his fight with Gus, deservedly so. And he gets arrested again for domestic violence. Hey, John, could you just not screw up one time? That would be great. Just once. I don't think that's too much to ask. Hey, we all make mistakes.
We all make mistakes. Yeah, it happens.
Just don't make a 5.
Learn from your mistakes. That's what you're saying is learn from your mistakes.
I mean, at what point did he go, I can't believe I did this again?
But like I said, when we were in the drive-thru at Chick-fil-A and you were getting your grilled chicken and salad and I was getting mac and cheese and chicken tenders, I said, we're just going off of what the news clip said, right? Like he could have just, maybe somebody pulled out in front of him while he was walking across the street and he hit their car or something. I don't know. It was domestic disturbance. I don't think it was domestic
violence.
Was it?
Yeah.
I thought it was domestic disturbance, and I think there's a difference.
Oh, that would be a big difference. I would like to know.
So like I said, maybe it
battery
was
domestic violence along with injuring and tampering with a vehicle.
See, like I'm saying, it could have been just him just freaking.
That's domestic violence.
No, it would have said domestic violence.
It says domestic violence. He was charged with battery domestic violence along with injuring and tampering with a vehicle.
Oh, maybe. I don't know then. I don't know. I'm just trying to give the guy the benefit of the doubt. He doesn't deserve it. But
his girlfriend was driving like crap. He smacked her and got out and then smacked the other guy's car.
Does he even have a girlfriend?
I don't know.
Never even seen him.
Probably has 8.
Hookers.
Whoa.
It's not that kind of podcast. Dude, I'm pretty stoked for the fights tomorrow. I'm going to miss a little bit of the prelims because I will be playing in a basketball tournament all day tomorrow and Sunday.
Remind everybody, how long has it been?
2 years. Yeah. 2 years since I tore my Achilles.
And what were you doing when you tore your Achilles?
Playing basketball.
So you're going back to playing basketball.
Yep.
At 45 years old?
Yeah.
Yeah, sounds smart. You know what you should play in? The big 3. Like Nate Robinson, all those washed up guys.
I think I'm quite at that level even. Yeah, no. I am playing in an Asian basketball league. I'm the token white guy.
That's weird. You don't look Asian.
They can have 2 non-Asians, they said, in this Asian basketball league. I just got in there because one of the guys from our fight camp is in there and invited me to play.
That's weird because you don't look Asian.
I don't, but I'm married to an Asian, so I get to. That's why I get you.
You're by proxy.
My wife is by proxy.
You're honorary
I get to play.
Asian?
Yes.
Honorary Asian?
Yes.
Explains your driving.
I'll just bring her to the game, and this is why I'm playing. I have the tattoos. I think it's going to work.
You lived in Japan?
I'm definitely not going to dunk Roman. No, not freaking.
We're trying to get him to touch the net, Roman.
I can touch the net. I've got some pretty good hops, believe it or not. Yeah, I actually got.
We need a hoop.
Yeah, I can't dunk, but I can touch.
We need to play.
Yeah, we do need to play sometime.
After my fight, we're playing.
Did you ever get in those 3-on-3 basketball tournaments?
Yeah,
I love playing in those.
You know who will sign up on the team too?
Who?
Jackson Hoops.
Can he ball too?
Yeah, he's athletic. He's more of a baseball player, but yeah.
We could get a little team, grab maybe 2 or 3 other guys.
I'll take Fiji.
We'll get Fiji to be down below.
Fiji, can you play basketball?
Just clear out the lane. We'll do some layups.
Literally just need you to just hurt people when they come down the lane and pass us the ball.
Or if somebody's scoring on us, just whisper in their ear.
I'll kill you.
I will choke you out if you take one more basket. Had that happen in a church basketball league when I was little.
What?
So, okay, this is me moving from Michigan to Utah, right? And I played in a church basketball league. I didn't understand, but they had the Tongan ward, right? In Kearns.
Oh, yeah.
And we played the Tongan ward.
Oh, yeah.
Here's me from Flint, Michigan.
Oh yeah.
The shit that I'm talking, right? Well, one of our guys was good. We had this guy from Tooele that drove down to Kearns to play, balling, and that's what happened. A couple of the team guys from the other team told him if he made another basket, they were going to beat him up after the game. The kid would not come back in the game. Would not come in the game.
So you know what the gangster move is?
What?
Go walk down the court and just bomb a three, and then with like 30 seconds left in the game, check yourself out and just bounce before anybody can get to you.
We would have won the game. We ended up losing the game, but what do you say? No.
Would y'all believe I won a gold medal?
What? Hey, there it is. We got our three. We got our starting three.
Dude, Fiji, dude, I can shoot. I think Jason can shoot a little.
Shoot. Yeah, we can
shoot.
Yeah,
I can handle a little bit.
Yeah.
Now that I'm down into my skinnier, like welterweight body, like I can hoop a little again. I'm not just. I play a little defense, scrappy.
I'm excited. So yeah, I'm gonna miss.
Dude, we've got to enter a 3-person. Me, you, and Fiji are entering a 3-man tournament for sure.
We're doing it. I think they just had one not too long ago. They used to be all over. Every year you could count on them having one. They used to have them at the Maverick Center in the parking lot.
Done. I'm always worried.
Of course, it was Christian School League.
Last time I did a 3-man. Ironically, the team that won had this really big, tall, aggressive kid, and ironic. This is like 7-8 years ago, and I did it with my cousin and his buddy, and he was like, and the kid that was like dunking and stuff. They're like, yeah, he's a cage fighter. I totally forgot about this. And he's like, yeah, he's a cage fighter. He was like aggressive. He's like punking people, getting in their face and stuff, like just like a total tool. And like us cage fighters out.
Your wife's calling you out.
Yeah, I'll foul out. Fiji might
definitely fall out.
To call your own fouls. Anyways, we're like, I get frustrated, or whatever, because nobody is willing to guard this guy because he just punked everybody.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, I'm not getting injured in a Roy basketball 3-on-3 tournament.
I
haven't played since. But if we have Fiji on the team, then I'll be like, go ahead, try and punk me, dude.
Yeah. Good luck with that.
I got Fiji.
I say I'm playing, but it's with one of my buddies at the fight camp. It's all of his little nephews. They're all 18, 19, 20-year-old kids. Like
little Asians.
Yeah. I'm just going to be, maybe the intimidator. I don't know. Talk a little trash, pump everybody up, make a couple threes a game.
Just hand out some T-shirts.
Yeah. We should have wore damage plan jerseys is what we should have done.
You should do a slow pitch softball team. The damage plan slow pitch.
And just get all the fighters.
All
fighters. Oh, we would run that thing, man.
We'd probably get a lot of fights too.
There's some people we couldn't have there.
Who's a hothead that we couldn't have there?
I don't know who's all hot.
Who
could we get there?
All right. Anyways.
Should we break down this card?
Real quick. Folks, I am fighting.
Zach's fighting. If you didn't catch my grilled chicken salad.
In like 4 weeks. Little. Weigh-ins are in 4 weeks from today?
I thought it was 5, isn't it? 4, 5? 5, I think.
I think it's 4 from today.
Oh, yeah, because, yeah, you're right. 4, yep.
See these? I got tickets, but they're not going to last, folks. Don't wait to message me because I will not be running around the day of weigh-ins delivering tickets.
Hey,
hit me up now. Let me know what you want so that I can get you tickets. Because right now there's 15 scheduled fights, so it's going to sell out. There's a lot of fights.
A lot of good fights too.
You know what? And this is my prediction. This night will go faster because there's going to be a lot of finishes. If you notice, there's like a lot of finishers on the card.
There's a lot of finishers on the card.
So I'm excited. My fight, no judges needed.
I just want to know if Kevin and Pat will let me call at least your fight. Because I know they have their mainstay announcers, but I kind of want to call your fight. I think it'd be cool. I'm not going to be nice.
You're not going to be nice. Zach looks sloppy.
I know the corner didn't tell him to do this. This isn't this. I don't know what he's doing. He's not listening.
I don't listen to anybody. I don't listen.
Oh, crack. Let's break down this card. Hey.
I got you, Tanner. You already know I got you.
Stay tuned for at least for our main event predictions. Just watch the whole show. But we have something special for you guys at the end for our main event predictions that you're going to like. So
That's good.
stick in. All right, let's get this nice started. First off, in the featherweight division, we got Omar Morales fighting Jonathan Pierce. Morales is 11-1, stands 5'11" with a 74-inch reach. Pierce, JSP, is 10-4. He stands 6 foot tall with a 71.5-inch reach. Who you like? Who you got?
I like Morales by decision.
Decision in this one.
Yeah. He's just he has more UFC experience. They're both pretty decent size 145ers.
They're big 145ers.
Big 145ers.
Big, both of them are big.
Morales is ginormous for 145. He's like bigger than me.
He's huge.
And he cuts a lot of weight, but he still look good at the weigh-ins. So I think he does it the right way, but I like his experience in the UFC better. And I think he knocks up another win and he controls and he wins via decision. I don't think he gets the finish. Pierce is tough, but I like him by decision.
These are both contender series guys too.
Yeah, they are.
Both around the same time too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Interesting. Just looking through that. Man, this one's tough for me.
Tell me I'm wrong.
I don't necessarily think you're wrong. I don't hate it.
It's because I'm not wrong.
I don't hate Jonathan Pierce.
No, I don't either. And I would have bet the house on this, but I'm just saying, I feel good that.
Look, there's no money involved in this one and nothing extra. So I'm going to go Jonathan Pierce just to be different because I think he can get it done.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
You're
0-1 this card.
It's all right. I'll make it up. I'll be 1-1 after this next fight. Next up in the welterweight division, Matthew Smellsberger against Martin Sano. Smellsberger, semi the Jedi. He's 8-3, stands 6'1" with a 75-inch reach. Sano, the Spartan, 4-2-1. He stands 5'11" with a 74-inch reach. I think we're both in agreement on this one.
Smellsberger wins by murder.
What's the knockout prop on this one? Let's see. Let's look this up.
Smellsberger wins by murder. He's way too athletic. He's way, way too athletic for this cat.
Smellberg wins by KO. It's actually only minus 135, and only 3 books got it according to
take that.
Best Fight Odds.
Take that to the bank.
I don't think this goes to a decision, man. I really don't.
Really?
So we're both on Smellsberger, right?
All the way. All the way.
Next. So even if I am 0-1, I'm 1-1. We're back to 500.
Yeah, we're okay. You're okay. The odds are horrible, but
Nick Maximov against Cody Brundage in the middleweight division. Maximov is 6-0. He stands 6 foot tall with a 76-inch reach. Brundage 6-1. He stands 6 foot tall as well, and he has a 72-inch reach. So a little bit of a reach advantage for Maximov. And for those of you guys that don't know, he does train with the Diaz brothers.
And he's a submission specialist.
And he is a specialist.
So one thing that's really interesting about Maximov, and this is why I really like Maximov in this fight, and the odds aren't bad on him at all.
No.
But this is what I really like about him. One, Brundage is taking this on short notice, right? He was supposed to be, as of a couple days ago, he was supposed to be fighting Carl Robertson, which would have been, I think, a much closer fight.
That would have been, yeah.
But I think Brundage is a little overmatched here, and the odds aren't really showing that. Maximov is a grappling savant under the Gracie lineage, under the Diaz brothers.
Yeah.
This guy, one thing I really like about this, and when you talk about, is this guy a real fighter? And like, his contender series win, he won on the contender series.
Yep.
At heavyweight.
Oh,
so he went way out of weight class to hop on an opportunity to get under the contender series. Took a fight on short notice, got the win. Didn't get the contract, but got the win.
That's crazy.
And then has been competing in grappling exhibitions since. Now he's getting his opportunity in the UFC because, that's what happens when Diaz brothers on there. The Diaz brothers have a little pull. And, yeah. So
we have a big announcement to make, too, because Kai will be on the podcast on Monday. You guys might want to tune in for that one, just saying.
Anyway, so I like Maximov a lot. I love the value there. I think he's one of the more should have been a bigger favorite in this fight, and so I think the value is huge. And I would even look at the prop of winning by submission.
And For him to win by submission, Zach, that is plus 250.
Oh my gosh. Give me that.
But
That is nice
I
value.
only see that on DraftKings has that line. They're the only ones on bestfightodds.com. DraftKings is the only one that has it.
Give me that prop.
All right, so we're both on Maximov.
You like Maximov too?
I like Maximov too. I like the
Let's
value in
see.
there. Next up in the lightweight division, we have Oroz Medic, the Doctor, against Jalen, the Tarantula Turner. Medic is 7-0. He stands 6'1" with a 71-inch reach. Jalen Turner, 10-5. Excuse me. He stands 6'3" with a 75.5-inch reach. Huge. Jalen Turner's a big lightweight.
He's a big lightweight.
6'3".
Medic's
Medic's
little,
big too.
He's no little guy either.
No, he's 6'1". These guys are 155 and 6'1",
But-
6'3".
But what is rule number 2 on the Damage Plan podcast?
We do not pick fighters from Alaska.
No, we do not. And where is Medic from? Alaska
Anchorage,
FC.
Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
Alaska FC.
I'm not hating on the Alaska fighters. They just don't have the competition up there.
No, they pad their records. Go look at who he fought for Alaska FC.
Yeah.
He fought a bunch of bums. No offense to all those guys. No offense. But fought a bunch of bums. And they pad their records and they get them into the UFC, and that's great and dandy. But then they fight UFC caliber fighters, and they haven't been necessarily tested the way that I think that they should. His win against, I believe it was Alan Cruz, he won by flying knee.
Flying knee.
And that was good, but Alan Cruz is no longer in the UFC. So that's one thing that I look at when I'm picking fights. If they have wins in the UFC, were they wins over real UFC guys or guys that have already been cut by the UFC?
Yeah.
If they're guys that have already been cut by the UFC, I just don't value those wins the same. And I think the fact that you're getting plus money on Turner as an underdog is I think Turner should probably be like a minus 130 to 140 in this fight is kind of where I see him. So value alone, I'm going to take Turner all day long because I think he's a little bit better fighter and more battle tested.
I concur. And you know me on these coin flip fights, I love to take the dog. So I've already locked it in. Jalen Turner at plus 100. Bink.
I've already locked in Morales, Maximov, and Turner.
Next up in the flyweight division, Roxanne Matafari takes on Talia Santos. Matafari, the Happy Warrior, is 25-18. She fights Talia Santos 17-1. Santos is 5'6" with a 68-inch reach. Matafari 5'7" with a 69-inch reach. I think we're both kind of in agreement on this one as well.
Okay, so I hated the Tatiana Suarez versus Matafari fight.
Yes.
Tatiana hurt her leg, hurt her knee, had to pull out.
Yeah.
So they just give her another killer. Hey, so I'm a fan of Roxanne Matafari. I think it's really fun. She's had some big upset wins. She's gotten better. She is one that I think, man, she's put a lot of miles into this game. She's 39 years old.
43 fights.
5 to 7 years ago, I think she still would have been a top contender type at 39. But I think the pool's just getting a little bit too deep now with too talented of fighters. And now she kind of just gets fed to monsters over and over again. And unless a freak accident, kind of like the Macy Barber, where Macy Barber tore her ACL, so she got the win based off that.
Yeah.
It's like, Santos is gonna kill her, dude. Might not finish her, but it's gonna be lopsided.
Yeah, I think so too. I think the odds are saying that too. Santos is a 4-1 heavy favorite. Heavy favorite. I like Roxanne Matafari. I've cashed some underdog tickets on her in the past.
Me too.
I
think that I'd have to see something pretty significant to ever want to consider her as an underdog again. Because she's unjustifiably or unfairly so been the underdog way too many times.
Yeah.
But it's now the kind of the writing's on the wall. It's time.
Yeah. I agree. So we're both on Santos. We're not disagreeing yet, but it's coming. We're going to disagree. Next up, the big boys step in the cage. Shamil Abdurakhimov against Chris Dawkins. I probably butchered that, but sorry, Shamil. Shamil is 20-5. He stands 6'3" with a 76-inch reach. Chris Dawkins, 11-3. He stands 6'3" with a 76-inch reach as well. So it's about as even as you can get as far as height and reach, but not in the odds.
It's a close. I mean, this is a good fight. There's nothing wrong with it. I think this is a good stepping stone. To me, I look at Chris Dawkins and I look at like the future contenders of the heavyweight division. Him, Tom Aspinall, Spavik, who Aspinall just beat. Those are the type of guys that those are going to be the guys that have the single-digit rankings next to their names for years to come here soon.
Yeah. Does Dawkins get the knockout? Does Dawkins finish him?
I think he does. One of our other rules is we don't really like to pick against Russians. But one thing that I really hate is the inactivity. We haven't seen Shamil since 2019 against Curtis Blades. And Shamil has some good wins too. He beat Chase Sherman. He beat Marcin Tybura, Walt Harris. You know, he only kind of loses to really good guys. Tim Johnson, Derek Lewis, and Curtis Blades are his last 3 fights. Tim Johnson's still doing his thing in Bellator. Lewis and Blades are the top of the division. So it's like he's really tough.
Yeah.
But I think Dawkins is on his way to being that level of a guy. So
40 years old too. Like he's no spring chicken.
Yeah, but the age thing in the heavyweight division is a little bit different. It's a little bit where that old man strength helps a little bit, I think. But anyways, I like Chris Dawkins in this fight. I think he's a little bit more athletic, and I think he gets the job done, and I do think he finishes him out. Finishes in maybe like a second-round knockout. What do you think about that? Second-round knockout.
I could see a second round. I could see a knockout. I could actually see this going to decision. Actually, you know what? I like that second-round knockout.
I think it ends in the second. That's my prediction.
I like it. I don't hate it. Next up, this should be a really good fight. In the lightweight division, you got Dang Hangman Hooker against Nasrat Hakparast. Hooker is 20-10, stands 6 foot tall with a 75.5-inch reach. Nasrat is 13-3. He stands 5'10" with a 72-inch reach. We know both these guys both had some visa issues, both had some struggles getting into the country. Both look great on the scale this morning. What are you thinking on this one?
So this one's hard for me. Like I think they both have a lot of like personal life distractions going on in their life too.
That's right. Nasrat, was it his mom or dad? Mom just passed away.
Right? Mom or dad?
Yeah.
Shoot, now you have me questioning it.
Yeah, one of the two.
His mom.
I think it's his mom too.
I'm not positive on this. He had a very close family member pass away. But then look what Dan Hooker's been dealing with in Australia. They're talking about moving city kickboxing to the US.
It's crazy.
Because of the lockdowns, and they're having to like train in secret again. And we're seeing like little leaked videos of like riots in the street in Australia because they're COVID locking down again. And whatever. I mean, it's not getting political here, but it's like if you're a fighter, now this is messing with your livelihood and your career. And fighters already have a short enough, fight shelf, career length as is. Can't really be taken off years to deal with this. So it's like, so if they have to move their whole gym, I mean, like that's got to be weighing on Dan Hooker too. So it's like it's hard to predict which versions of these fighters we're going to see. Yeah. All that being said, I'm not going to try and pretend like I know their psychological state. I'm just going to go off their body of work. Yeah. Body of work, I think Nasrat's slightly overrated. I've never understood the hype behind him. He's never like wowed me, right? Yeah. And then I look at Dan Hooker, right? He lost to Michael Chandler, who just fought for the title. Could have underestimated Chandler a little bit in that fight too. Maybe, but he lost to a guy that just fought for the title and won the first round of that fight. Yeah. Yep. So I mean, competitive. And then it's Poirier. And then he went 5 rounds with Poirier in a great fight. That some people thought he won. Really? Some people thought he won the fight. It was close. I didn't think he won that fight. But anyways, he's always on a 2-fight losing streak. Well, he's losing to the elite of the 155. Yeah. I think he's a pretty dang good fighter. And I think we're being gifted a little bit of a favor here by the Vegas odds makers. I think, minus all things considered, I think Hooker kind of pieces him up and cruises to either a smooth comfortable decision, or he gets the KO maybe in the second or third round.
I'm in agreement here. But when I first saw this fight, I was all on Hooker. I do think there's something to be said for Nasrat taking this fight with his mom. Like, he's going to have a little bit of extra motivation. I don't think it's going to be enough. I don't think it's going to be enough.
I don't see that extra motivation. I think that wears off by halfway through the first.
That's round. What I mean. I'm like, I think initially maybe you see him win the first half of the first round. Maybe he takes the first round. I don't know.
Inspired. But
then, like you said,
once you're in a fight, you're in a fight.
I think Hooker's just in just another level. So I think Hooker gets it done, and I could see him piecing him up and finishing it as well. Next up, we have in the bantamweight division, Marlon Magic Moraes and Merab Davalashvili, the Machine. Moraes, 23-8-1. He stands 5'6" with a 66.5-inch reach. Davashvili, 13-4. He stands 5'6" with a 68-inch reach. I already know where you're going on this. So, what do you got here?
Well, here's the thing. I used to be a huge believer in Marlon.
I did too.
And I used to think like, hey, he's the man. And physically, he looks great. It's not like his skills have diminished or anything. Ever since the Henry Cejudo fight, though, I think mentally something changed. I think mentally, this is the one thing that I can never take away from Henry Cejudo. As much as of a dwarf and all that he's so annoying. But I think he forever broke Marlon Moraes.
I'm trying to make a case for Moraes here. I really am. You know, I like to play devil's advocate, and I mean, you look at who Moraes has fought. He just fought Rob Font, gets knocked out, right?
Bad. And remember, I was on Moraes on that fight.
Yeah, he gets wheel kick KO'd against Sandhagen.
Yep,
he gets a split decision against Aldo, which
that nobody believes.
Nobody believes he's so he really should.
Which Aldo gets the title fight off of that.
He beats, he loses to Cejudo, which you just talked about, but he beat Sun Xiao right before that. I'm like,
Sun Xiao hasn't really done anything for a while.
No, and Davashvili is the takedown machine. The guy's wrestling is probably one of the best. Yeah, he's going to win by decision.
Merab wins by decision. Merab wins by decision?
I'm not betting this, but I'm just going to put a little caution that don't be surprised if Moraes somehow pulls something out of his hat. I don't think he will, but I'm just going to say it. I would not be surprised.
He's capable, but I don't believe he. You know who he is. You know who I can actually see him. He's young enough too. He's only 33. I think Marlon's only 33 years old. If he went down and fought lower tier guys and got his confidence and his mojo back, and then made a resurgence, I think he is somebody that could loses to Merab, goes down, fights some guys in the teams or maybe even a couple unranked guys.
Get his confidence back.
Get his mojo back and then makes another surge.
Yeah.
He has all the skills. He's very talented. I just think there's something in his head that's not right. That's all.
Davashvili by decision is plus 125. I love that.
Merab's is plus 125 by decision.
By decision.
I'm in.
Even if you just wanted to say fight goes by decision, I'd want to say that was only minus 140.
Time out from the podcast. I'm in.
What happened?
Oh, see, ours has it by Dilvish by minus 130.
Fight goes to decision on here. There's a bunch of sites that have it as Davashvili wins by decision. It's plus money.
Oh, see, ours doesn't. That blows.
Every other site has it.
Boo.
Every other site.
I'm going to have to call my guy.
Yeah, call your guy because FanDuel, BetMGM, DraftKings, PointsBet, BetRiver, Bet365, all these guys, plus money. I need to call my guy.
I'm going to call my guy.
Call my guy.
I got a guy for that.
All right, so we're both on Davashvili by decision.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
All in.
Main card time. Yeah, in the flyweight division, women's flyweight division, Jessica Andrade against Cynthia Calvillo. Jessica Andrade, 21-9. She stands 5'1" with a 62-inch reach. Calvillo, 9-2-1. She stands 5'4" with a 64-inch reach. I think I know where you're going.
So
I know where I'm going.
I listened to you earlier this week. I like Cynthia Calvillo as a fighter. As a person, she seems like a nice person. I listened to some other podcasts trying to make an argument for him. Here's my problem. Usually when I have to talk myself into picking somebody, it usually comes around and bites me in the butt.
True.
Right?
I don't hate it.
I had to talk myself. Remember when we blew it on the Connor thing? Because I had to think about it.
Because you had to think,
But I talked myself into him being Cordier and just being like, who's the better fighter right now that I know?
Yeah.
The answer is clear here. Are there things that Cynthia Calvillo can do to be successful in this fight? Absolutely. Does she have a chance in this fight? Absolutely. Do I think she wins this fight? No, I do not. I think just for these reasons too. Andrade, former strawweight champ, former, title challenger. I think she's the second best 125er other than Valentina Shevchenko right now. And she's top 3 115 right now. And she has a win over Rose, who I think is like the most underrated female fighter of all time.
That was a big win against Rose. A huge win against Rose. But then Rose pieced her up. Actually, it was a split decision.
It was close. The rematch was close.
It was close. How is she gonna respond after the knockout, right? Because she got pretty much dominated by Shevchenko, right? She got the crucifix, got down. I know, but how does she bounce back? 2, I agree with everything you're saying. I 100% agree with you saying, but I gotta sprinkle a little bit on Calvillo just because
I don't hate it. I'm saying she can't. Of course, she can win. I just don't think she does.
I sprinkled a little bit on her. She's got a little secret weapon with her wrestling coach, who we know, who's been.
Which I'm a fan of that. Of course, I am.
Like
I said, I like her. I'm cheering for her. I am cheering, Cynthia. I am cheering for you to win this fight. I hope I'm wrong.
I hope I'm right. I get paid. Yeah, cash it. All right, so we're gonna have a little disagreement. I don't really disagree, but I got to sprinkle a little bit on Calvillo.
I don't like talking myself into fighters.
I don't disagree with what you're saying. I can't disagree with what you're saying. I'm gonna go with Calvillo.
Okay,
pull the upset.
Okay.
Next up in the heavyweight division, Curtis Blades against Jair, Giazino, Oroz, and Struck.
Just call him Biggie Boy.
Biggie Boy. Blades is 14-3, stands 6'4", 80-inch reach. Biggie Boy, 12-2. He stands 6'4" with a 78-inch reach. Big boys. What is this? Number 1 contender? Or if dependent on Stipe?
Stipe is always the number 1 contender.
That's why I said depending on.
I was going to say John Jones was in that mix. Who knows
no mo.
Who knows now? This fight's interesting. This is just like the Derek Lewis fight, though.
It's just like the Derek Lewis fight.
Where it's like, yeah, he should win, but Rosenstruck has that one-punch knockout power.
Yes, he does.
Very similar to Derek Lewis.
Yes, he does.
And I don't think like Francis, but, that's the only people Curtis has ever lost to. Derek Lewis and Francis. Those are his 3 losses. 2 to Lewis, or 2 to Francis, 1 to Lewis. So, do I think Curtis Blades wins? Yes, I do. Would I bet it? Absolutely not. Because if he loses, it's to this type of guy, and Rosenstruck is that type of guy.
Didn't Rosenstruck did he move camps too? Or he's been at it. He's been at
I think he's been
moved at is it American Top Team?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure it's American Top Team. Shout me out if I'm wrong, but I believe he moved camps there a couple fights ago.
So I think this is an interesting fight, but again, Blades wrestling should be too much for Jardine to handle. Honestly, it should be.
I think Blades should win this fight as well.
Sorry, go ahead.
Blades is a 3-1 favorite. 3-1 favorite. I don't see that. If you're a gambler, man, I do not see that. Biggie Boy's too big. He's too strong. He's training with the right guys now. Look, maybe he gets dominated, and I'm totally wrong, but there's zero chance I'm putting 3-1, laying 3-1 odds on. If anything, I'm sprinkling the other way, and I'm sprinkling a little bit on Rosenstruck if I'm a gambling man.
So,
which I am,
which you are, degenerate. Oh gosh. So the issue with the issue that I have there is Derek Lewis pointed out that he saw a timing thing with Curtis Blades, so he knew he was going to shoot to throw that up.
That's right. He did. Yeah.
I'm curious.
He did point that out.
I'm curious to see if Blades fixes that.
It'll be interesting because Rosenstrick's a striker.
Oh, yeah.
You know he's going to pick up on
kickboxer.
You know if Lewis picked up on it.
He heard it. You know, he heard it, saw it.
Yeah.
So what's going to be curious is if Blades fakes that tendency and then goes somewhere else with it, or how he uses that to his advantage, or if that's the chess match that I'm always interested to see among these like high level fighters. Right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm still saying Blades wins, but the value is not there to bet him or make him a part of anything. And if you're gonna bet this fight, it's got to be on Rosenstruck to land a bomb.
All right. Next up, I mean, he probably could have made this a main event with all the hype this has around it. Middleweight, now in the middleweight, not welterweight, middleweight division, Robbie Ruthless Lawler against Nick Diaz back in the cage. Lawler's 28-15, stands 5'11" with a 74-inch reach. Diaz 26-9, he stands 6'1" with a 76-inch reach. I don't even know how can we even break this fight down? Like, what do we know? Like, what do we know Diaz is going to do? He hasn't fought since when? 6.5 years ago?
Well, what do we know about Nick Diaz?
Nothing right now.
We know that
he's overweight.
We know that he made a trial run to cut weight to 170, and according to everything, that was good to go. We've been seeing videos of him working out all six-pack and all ripped up, and then he comes in with the UFC photo shoot, has a nice little dad bod on him. He also decides that fight week, hey, you know what? I don't really want to cut weight to welterweight. Let's do it at middleweight. Robbie Lawler's like, sure, whatever. Yeah. I don't care. Like, let's be honest. How old are those guys?
38 and 39. Lawler's actually a little bit older.
Okay, so 38 and 39.
Yeah.
For them, they're sitting there going like, we don't need to be cutting no weight. This is stupid. All right, let's do it at middleweight. Cool.
Yeah,
I'm good with that.
Yeah.
I'm good with that.
Yeah.
It's not a number one contender fight. It's not any of this. Like, it's like kind of like Conor, when Conor and Poirier were talking about fighting at 170 because they're like, we just don't need to cut weight.
Yeah.
Okay. Like, you know what I mean? So that's really actually not that big of an issue, because I think if Robbie Lawler's like, no, we're doing it at welterweight, Nick would have been like, fine. And he goes and cuts the weight and just whatever. But all that being said, I don't know why. And it just says, my notes say, Nick Diaz, no idea why. My gut just says he wins. He will be in his element, and I think he wins that fight. And it's so weird to me, and it's so bizarre. But I mean, I said it to you earlier. Wouldn't it just be the most Nick Diaz thing ever? Change his weight class. Can't construe a sentence any better than Joe Biden. You know, he's doing all these things, and it's like, and everybody's like, oh, it doesn't look good. And he just comes out like a gangster and just like starts piecing up Robbie Lawler like it's 2012 all over again. Like, isn't that the most Nick Diaz thing ever?
I'm leaning. I'm like you, where I was trying to talk myself into Robbie Lawler because he's fought more. He's been more active.
But again, it's this. I'm trying to talk myself into it. And Robbie Lawler hasn't looked good since 2016, 17 himself.
And I watched their first fight, and Diaz picked him apart. I don't, from what we've seen of Robbie, I don't care what we've seen of Diaz. I still think even at 155, he's going to have the cardio, right? Because the guy, he's an athlete. 85. He's still going to be an athlete, right? Even if he's got a little more weight on him, he's an athlete. He does the triathlons. He's active.
Yeah.
I'm not really worried about him gassing, and he's got the length. He's got the range. I don't see Lawler getting inside of him. I don't see Lawler taking him down. But then again, who knows? Like, who knows? I'm going Diaz as well. My pick's Diaz, but I'm staying far away.
209, baby.
I'm staying far away.
Diaz Army. Scott Devlin's finally happy with me.
Stay far away from betting on this one. All right. Co-main event. Arguably one of the pound per pound greatest fighters of all time, Valentina Shevchenko.
Who's arguing that she isn't? That's what I want to know.
You can throw in some other names up there, but she's right at the top of my list.
Pound for pound, she
dominates everybody.
She dominates
everybody. And the only one she's lost to,
anybody in her weight class, it's over.
Yeah, she's got to go up to lose against another GOAT in the weight class above her in 2 super close fights. Like
one of which I believe she won.
Yeah.
It's not that my opinion matters, but
for those of you who don't know, we're talking about Bullet. She is fighting Lauren Lucky Murphy, and she's going to need to be lucky tomorrow night. Shevchenko 21-3, stands 5'5" with a 65.5-inch reach. Lucky 15-4, she stands 5'5" with a 68-inch reach.
How I don't know how to express this enough. Usually, I try and find a way to cheer for the dog, right?
Yeah.
Valentina's great. I like her. I respect her, all that. But I try to look for a way that we can cheer for a dog in a moment like this, for such a cool moment. And here's the thing with Lauren Murphy. She annoys me so bad from her stupid tattoos that looks like a child took a marker and colored them on there, to her face, to everything. I can't stand her. And I hope that she gets slept Jessica I like. I didn't like her on The Ultimate Fighter. I don't like her demeanor. I don't like her post-fight fights. I hope she gets embarrassed, because quite frankly, I don't think she belongs in there.
I mean, she belongs in there. She's won 5 in a row.
That's great.
She's earned her shot.
This is what's so annoying, is she's like, what do you mean? Like, what am I going to do different? Like, I'm going to keep doing what I've been doing, and that's win. What has Valentina been doing, dude?
Well, she's been winning too.
And you know what I love about Valentina? She's active. She's like, yeah, give me everybody. I'll clean them all out. I'll clean them out twice, 3 times, whatever. Yeah. Like, just keep me active. Every 3-4 months, I just want to keep fighting.
I like how she's
a gangster.
How she listens to people and listens to the critics. Like, her last fight was Andrade, and he just takes her down and just
ragdolled her, right? Andrade was the stronger fighter.
Yeah,
give her problems,
she heard that,
this and that. It's like, okay, watch this.
And you're kind of hearing that with with Murphy. Hey, she's a bigger fighter. She's bigger. She's probably stronger. She's never been finished. Like, you're hearing all these things with Murphy. Like,
so they're saying Murphy's never been finished. Bet the house Valentina finishes her then.
What's the odds on that? What is the odds that she finishes Lauren Murphy?
I don't know, but I'm betting on it. I'm not betting the house, but I'm
minus 120.
Done.
How about by submission?
Done. I don't care. It's going to be by something, and it's going to be brutal. And Valentina is. How good was her response to her and her sister?
Oh, it's
the Paul brothers.
0 seconds.
0 seconds.
Dude, she punched. No.
She'd murder.
This fight ends in the 3rd round. She's going to be too quick.
Does not go to championship.
It's not going to championship round.
She's an athlete.
She's going to be too good.
And you know what I don't like Valentina's little dance at the end. It kind of annoys me.
I love it. It's awesome.
That's great. Dance. Okay.
It's awesome.
Good for you. You chew on your fingernails way too much.
I do.
But I thought I was bad. Jeez.
No, I'm bad. Yeah,
bro.
I chew on my fingernails bad.
Anyways, that's relevant.
Don't judge me, Zach.
I'm not. I chew on mine too.
The cyberbully's back at it again.
Cyberbully's back. It's like Lauren Murphy. I mean, good for her for being confident, but she's going to get destroyed.
I love the confidence. I think she deserves to be there, but I think Valentina just does what Valentina does.
How about that? Lauren Murphy's not that good.
She's not that guy.
Not that guy.
She's not that guy.
Or girl.
Or okay, we won't go any further than that. But
whatever she wants
to be, she's not that. All right.
Not in a cage with Valentina Shevchenko.
No. Main event time. Here we go. I am so pumped for this fight. Alexander Volkanovski against Brian Ortega for the featherweight championship. Volkanovski 22-1. He stands 5'6" with a 71.5-inch reach. Ortega T-City 15-1, stands 5'8" with a 69-inch reach. This should be fun.
Well, as most people know that watch this show and listen, we don't really talk too much about our picks beforehand.
No.
Just so that we're hearing them mostly for the first part.
Yeah.
First time with each other, right? We've talked about this.
A lot, actually.
We disagree.
we've disagreed from the beginning on this one.
We both agree that this is going to be a close fight, and it's a good fight.
Yep.
But you like Alexander Volkanovski. I like Brian Ortega.
Yeah. I see the wheels turning. Zach.
Yeah. So, this is what we're going to do. We've been waiting for an opportunity to make a bet. The bet is I got T-City. You got Volk. The loser has to eat a body shot from 155 champ Cole Faust live on the podcast when he gets back from his trip from Mexico.
Have fun eating that body shot.
You have fun. T-City's choking him out.
Okay, wait. Before we break this down, I have to tell the story. So we've been talking about this all week, right?
Mm-hmm.
So like 3 days ago, I come upstairs after you and I agree that we're going to make this bet. And I'm told my wife, my beautiful wife, she might be sleeping on the couch tonight, but she said, I said, hey, Zack and I, because we like to gamble, we've made a bet and we're going to make a bet that the loser has to take a body shot from Cole Faust. She gets this look on her face and I'm like, yeah, body shot. And she's like, oh my God, I thought you meant like you were going to have to take a shot off his body. What are you thinking?
This isn't a limit date from 2002, the TV show.
Hey, I used to have abs too. She's sleeping on the couch, bro.
We're not doing body shots.
We're not doing body shots.
We're not
doing that type of body shot.
Adult beverages off of anybody's body.
No.
We're getting punched because this is an MMA podcast, Cherie.
So so my wife's mind was in the gutter and she's sleeping on the couch tonight. But anyways,
so we did have an interesting conversation though yesterday though.
Yeah.
Why doesn't Volk get any respect ever? As I proceed to not pick him in this fight, but it's not out of lack of respect. I just think Brian Ortega is that great. That's all.
Well, I think a lot of it's Max Holloway, right? Everybody thinks Max Holloway is the greatest featherweight of all time. And they still view him as a championship champion because of that last fight. They felt he won. But if you go back to the fight before that,
Volk won that
everybody thought Volk won that fight.
Volk won that fight. That's fair. And I agree. And I agree that he should get a little bit more respect. And you know what? Before I saw Ortega's win against Zombie, I would have picked Volk.
What impressed you about that though?
That he took after he lost to Max, he took ample time off and he leveled up in a significant way that you don't really see too many fighters at that elite level up in areas. He went from being a good striker to having some fancy stuff, but I mean he was a submission specialist, right? And then added some stuff. He literally beat Zombie in his own game when that used to not be a strength, and he showed that it now can be.
But did they give him that fight for a guy that they knew was going to come forward, that they knew he could use his striking against? Like, I'm not disagreeing with you. I was impressed with this fight. I
don't understand.
But I feel like Zombie was like the perfect opponent for him to do that to. I think if you threw him in there with anybody else, I don't know if he looks that good. I think he's the Zombie. He's called the Zombie for a reason because the guy just walks forward and eats shots, kind of like Ortega did against Holloway.
But he usually lands a lot of shots too, which he didn't do against Ortega. Ortega completely shut down Zombie's offense while punishing Zombie.
I was impressed for the improvements that he made from how badly he got embarrassed against Holloway. Like he was never in that fight. They had to stop it, but the guy's got a heart, like he's not quitting. But there was something in the press conference that sat with me, and Volkanovski kind of called Ortega out for, he doesn't think he's all in. He's like, he's laid all the time. And you said, hey, that's the SoCal, like I kind of just go with the flow thing. But it's like, you get a guy at Volkanovski that's training at that high elite level, day in, day out. He's not taking time off. He's not taking practices off.
Do you think Brian Ortega's taking practices off? Do you think he could level up the way he did taking time off?
I'm just going off of
and not taking his training seriously?
I think he is, but I don't know. I don't think he's doing it at the level that Volkanovski is. That's the only thing. I think he is. I think I think you have to be somewhat, but there's levels to it. And maybe I'm totally wrong. I could be. You could be totally right, and I could be just like I'm totally off. But I really look into Ortega, just his body language, and he does look like that on the scale. But even at the press conference, he didn't really. He was just kind of like, no.
You know what?
And
you know what I think it is
the Achilles heel. He's got a girlfriend now that
this
he's
is the
all
dumbest,
in love
this
with.
Is the dumbest
He's not
theory.
dumb.
This
Everybody listening to this will agree to me. I'm telling you right now, a new woman in your life, and you're happily in love. I'm telling you right now, everybody listening to this is going to agree with me. Yes, yes. Look at it. I'm telling you. Look. Watch how many people agree with me. I'm telling you right now,
dude.
A new woman. What's that? Really? But jail picked Ortega. Zach eating that body shot. If not, I'm just going to sit here and hit my stomach for the next couple weeks.
Yeah,
just to prepare.
You should. Here's the thing. That's so dumb. They all have girls and then love and this.
New though, not new. This is fresh within the last 6. This is a new relationship. They're all, ooh, I love you. I'm all over Instagram. I love you. Like
exactly, it's fake. It's Instagram puppy love. Like
it's new puppy love. So it's like his mind is thinking Tracy and not Volkanovski.
Bro,
he's thinking about the celebration after.
You smoked so much good stuff that you fried your brain. Apparently. This is it. Dude, he's a killer.
Where's Fiji's mind at?
I know.
Yes.
No, but dude.
He's got a new woman. Dude, he looks,
he's a serial killer, dude. Look at his eyes.
Yeah, and he gets an attractive girl finally liking him. He's probably the first girl that's ever liked him.
That's the dumb
especially since he shaved his head.
Okay, that wasn't a good look, but when he had long hair, you know he had girls lining up for him. Dude,
when he shaved his head though.
That was terrible. Looked like worse than Tyler Billings' Megamind.
Tyler, I didn't say it on the broadcast. It was LJ during your fight, just so you know.
Tyler
it wasn't me.
He hasn't watched it yet. He's fine. Tyler's fine.
He's gonna want to choke LJ out if he listens to that broadcast.
Yes, good luck. Good luck choking LJ out. No, it's funny to me because like I feel like you're talking yourself into reasons that Volk wins, but X's and O's.
You even think X's and O's he's going to be better than Volkanovski?
I actually think X's and O's. I think he is better. I think the thing that Volk has over him is the championship mindset. Like that, like I'm the man. This is my belt. You're not going to take this from me. And that determination that comes with that grit. He's been in 2 wars with Max Holloway, close fights. One, I think he clearly won. One was very, very debatable. I actually don't even think it's that debatable. I think he lost, but he's been in there 10 rounds with the champ. When Ortega, like the mental side of things, I think Volk has a distinct advantage. Ortega is bigger, longer. I think his hands are better.
He's not longer though.
I think his hands are better. Is he not longer?
Actually, Volkanovski has a 2.5-inch reach advantage.
Holy gorilla arms, Volk. That little midget. But anyways.
That's what I was going to – my question was, not to interrupt you because I know where you're going into, is where do you think Ortega is better than Volkanovski at? Besides the ground. I'll give
100%.
The ground, the jiu-jitsu, obviously Ortega's at another level.
I think Ortega's boxing is better.
I don't know about that. I think this fight will prove that if I'm right, if either one of us are right or wrong. I don't think we have enough.
I think Volk mixes up his boxing and his kicks, like his kickboxing and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I think you could say he mixes that part of that aspect of MMA better than Ortega. Maybe we'll see. But I think just clearly hand speed and the way they throw their jabs and things like that, I think Ortega has better straight punches and I'm just going off the Ortega. And I think he has a little bit better head movement. Here's the other thing. Max kills you with volume. Max stunned Volk a couple times in that last fight. And you saw him. He pointed that one time. Remember he makes fun of him kind of
when he's
I think Ortega has finished people before. I was in the arena when Ortega finished Frankie Edgar for the first time that anybody had finished Frankie Edgar. And I know that was Frankie was on the way down. But he has knockout power. I wouldn't say unlike anything Volk's ever seen. He's been in there with Chad Mendez. But Ortega, we've seen it before, right? They come up, they get knocked down, and then they come back stronger. I think this is Ortega's moment. He came up undefeated, got dominated by Max, went down, went to the drawing board, took a long time, fixed some things. Now he's coming back up. This is his time. I think it's T-City's time to be champ.
Do you really think it's his time, or do you think he's just given this shot? Has he earned this shot? Or there's just not anybody else because of Jair's being out?
Jair's did it to himself. Zabit apparently can't stay healthy, which has been really weird. Max, I get giving somebody else a shot after 2 losses, controversy or not. It's pretty hard to say, go run it right back.
Yeah.
I think by process of elimination, T-City was the guy, and that's why he got the opportunity.
Volkanovski did say at the press conference, he's like, he does deserve to be here, but he's not taking the belt, is what he said.
Well, duh. Whoever says, he's like, he might beat me.
How do you see the fight ending?
I think it's a 48-47 decision by Ortega. But if anybody gets the finish in this fight, I think it's Brian Ortega. That's what's making me lean towards Ortega. I don't think Volk finishes Ortega anywhere.
See, I think
Volk's not a finisher.
But he's
where's he going to finish him?
Do you think Ortega can stand up to those leg kicks? That if he gives those same leg kicks that he gave Holloway those 2 fights, he threw, I think I heard a stat like over 100 leg kicks.
But don't you think that Ortega's preparing for that and checking?
I would like to think so.
He for sure is.
See?
Oh, Fiji.
Oh, and here also can't back a PED user. Sorry.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine.
That was a while back, wasn't it?
Dude, that was before he made his run, even.
This is going to be a great fight because I could see it.
It's going to be a great fight.
I'm not disagreeing with what you're saying.
I'm just saying. Ortega has the skill set that I think he can win a decision. That might favor Volk, though. But I think if anybody gets finished, it's Volk.
I don't see the submission from Ortega with Volkanovski. I just don't see it because I don't think it's going to happen early. And I think Volkanovski is strong enough and his wrestling is good enough that
Here's a wild stat for you.
Unless he stops on a triangle like you had in the 5th round and he's just stronger and finishes it.
Here's a wild stat for you.
What?
Ortega has lost more rounds than he's won in the UFC, but he only has 1 loss. You know why? Because he's a master at finishing people late in rounds and coming from behind winning.
I don't hate it, but is he going to finish the champ like that? Is he going to finish the champ like that? I tell you what I would have loved to seen in a perfect world, that he gets 1 or 2 more wins and then he would fight
maybe
Volkanovski.
Maybe one.
One more like good win.
But
like in a perfect world, maybe he fights a Jair Rodriguez and he gets the win, and then we have a little more. I just feel like there's not enough. I don't feel like we have enough data yet. But I'm not disagreeing with what he's saying. Zach has to go to the bathroom, by the way. It's Zach this time, not me. So anyways, Zach and I are in total disagreement on this subject of Volkanovski and Ortega. And we've made a little side bet that the loser of this fight has to take a body shot from the Steel Fist 155 amateur champion, Cole Faust. And we will video it and we're going to post it. Everybody pray for me because I don't want to take a body shot, but I will if I have to. And yeah, all in all, I think this is a great card. Stacked card, top to bottom. Fiji, you like Volkanovski too, right? Is anybody else on Ortega? Am I making sense with Ortega with the girlfriend thing? Is anybody agreeing with that? It means something to me. It means something. I just went over the body shot challenge thing again because it's going to be so fun. Yeah. It's going to be so fun.
I'm going to laugh when you double over.
Isn't Cole going to come in next week too and talk to Chad?
He's in Mexico next week.
Oh,
so
next week,
when he gets back, we talk to Cole.
So
or as Aldo likes to call him, Coles.
So in 4 weeks, we got your fight. All you guys that are on Steel Fist card, we're going to try our best to get everybody on the podcast. If you don't hear from us, please reach out to either Zach or I. We will get you scheduled ASAP. Don't try not to wait till the week of the fight.
If you're on the Fierce card,
Same thing.
It's
Fierce
a week
card.
later.
Now it's a week later. So we're going to be doing a ton of podcasts. So if you guys aren't reaching out to us, don't be mad that we don't reach out to you. I promise you, we have a ton of fighters. Probably 60 fighters between both cards.
Between both cards, I believe there's going to be 64
We'll have
fighters.
like 64 fighters between two cards, and we want to try to get everybody on there. So please reach out.
Which we know we won't, but
Yeah.
anybody that wants to, if you're
See,
well, Fiji, you already said your mind's made up, so whatever, dude.
body shot. I think Cole Faust is a good one for the body shot challenge because I kept going back and forth. I'm like, should you pick your guy? Should I pick my guy? But it's like, Cole's a good one.
Yeah,
Cole's a good one.
he's smaller than both of us, but it's going to hurt.
Yeah, it's like because you would probably pick somebody like Ben Moen, and I don't want to get body. I don't want to be out of work
I'd
for a week.
sure pick Ben Moa.
I don't want to be out of work for a week.
Or Zeke.
Yeah, I don't want to be out of work for a week.
Yeah. I don't want to be pissing blood for a week either.
So,
especially in the middle of a fight camp.
Oh, yeah. Should we wait till after your fight? Or are we going to do it before your fight?
I mean, Cole, it's going to suck for a few hours.
Oh, man, I'm not looking
For
forward to
you.
this. I'm not looking forward to
For
this.
you.
I am looking forward
What
to
if
this.
he does it and then you can't play basketball anymore?
I haven't played in 2 years.
I know.
That was fun. What else do we got? LFA tonight.
LFA tonight, there's some fun fights.
Did you? Oh, we both watched a little bit. I caught the end of that one championship this morning.
I haven't watched any of it yet, but one, you know what? I want to see one come to the United States. I'm really interested to see Colorado change their rules. Their commission accepted their rule set, which is like kicks to a downed opponent and things like that. So that's the big hang up right now why one doesn't come here, right? So Colorado opened that up. So who knows? Maybe we could go to maybe we road trip to the inaugural ONE FC when they come in like the next year or two to Denver. And we road trip it and we go to a ONE FC event.
That would be fun.
Because you know Demetrius Johnson's going to be on that card.
He's gotta be.
Eddie Alvarez.
All those guys. He said, "From my experience, you don't want Zeke."
That's what I'm saying. Like, if we're picking our own, like I'm gonna pick somebody that's gonna put him down for a month. And then Fiji would have to come onto the podcast and do it for him because
I'd be laid up.
Not that I wouldn't either.
Yeah.
Could you imagine? Like,
no, I couldn't imagine by getting punched by any of those guys.
Oh my gosh.
None of those guys. Anybody over 200 pounds, I just do not want to get punched. I just don't want to get punched. Period. But
yeah, we'll talk. Cole's gonna come in and do it, and it's gonna be fun, and we're gonna record it, and it'll go on the TikTok, and we're gonna do all that.
Yeah.
Who's hazy?
I don't know.
Here, put that back. I want to read that.
Let's go. Santos is back to beating up pedestrians. The gas station rhinos.
That's a great comment.
Oh, I love it.
That's a great comment. And you're not wrong. That's the other thing. You're not wrong at all.
This is awesome.
Is John Jones is literally, here's the bummer. He is not going to go down for his greatness inside the cage. He is going to go down for his stupidity outside the cage.
It's sad.
That's his legacy right now.
It's sad.
It is sad, but you know what? It's also comical too. Freaking moron.
I mean, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make a drink, right? Like
We're just stop getting arrested, bro. Stop it.
He must have that switch in there. You know how some people can't control like their eating habits and things like that? He doesn't have that switch. He just wants to keep getting in trouble. I just want to go out and have some domestic violence today. I just want to go out and do a line of coke and
snort all the coke and do stupid stuff and jeopardize my whole career.
What do you think Dana's thinking? He's like, bro, we just inducted you to the Hall of Fame for one of the greatest matches in UFC history.
You know what Dana's thinking right now? He goes, quote the great Nate Diaz, "I'm not surprised, mother."
He's probably just shaking his head.
He's just like,
bruh,
whatever. This is just another day in the office for me.
Bruh.
Oh, John Jones screwed up? Cool.
Yeah.
What's he going to do? Hold out? Suspend him? We already haven't seen him for what, a year and a half? 2 years?
I could care less if he fights again, honestly.
That we've talked about this before.
I know.
He needs the UFC more than they need him. Guess what? The show has gone on just fine without him.
Heavyweight division's doing just fine. Light heavyweight
I'm
division.
Interested in Ngannou Stipe. I'm interested in Ngannou Gain. I'm interested in Gain Stipe. Those three, that's just fine. Curtis Blades is right there. Rhodes and Struke could get a big win this weekend, put himself back in the mix. Let's see.
Yeah, he's getting tested big time right now.
It's just
he's clearly putting in work because he's put on a lot of weight, and you have to eat to put on that much weight. So I mean, granted, it's not all muscle, but
oh my gosh, he looks terrible, dude. His face looks fat. He looks like me when I was 270.
He's pumping the calories. To gain that much weight that fast, he's eating, and he's on some premium unleaded gas too, probably.
Broad Jones on all the gas.
Is he in the testing? Is he in the testing pool or no? He's still in the testing pool. All right.
It's all in the cheeks, bro.
Yeah, I was just curious.
Like seriously, like what do you just eat? Did you just eat KFC 24/7?
He'd have to eat some really higher calorie foods to get that many calories in. Like he couldn't just eat a lot of shakes, a lot of higher calorie stuff.
Shakes, KFC,
because you're not getting there eating chicken. You're not getting there eating chicken.
All the fried food.
You're not getting there eating chicken and rice. I got up to one of my.
It's like, hey, God, cut him some slack, guys. Come on.
I did one of my bodybuilding shows that I did. I got up to eating 6,000 calories a day, and it lasted like 4 days. I'm like, I can't eat this much food.
Have you seen like Michael Phelps when he's eating like 8,400 calories a day?
That's insane. But he's eating like pancakes, and he's burning it, swimming like that.
Oh yeah, and The Rock, that's The Rock's diet.
Well, The Rock's on all the gas though too.
He's on all the gas, high octane
premium Mexican supplements,
unleaded
Mexican supplements.
The beef.
Can I say that?
What?
The Mexican supplements without getting in trouble.
You're not getting in trouble for me. He's on the Canelo diet.
Speaking of Canelo, did you see him piece up Plant? How are you not all in on Canelo after he slips the punch and just pieces up Plant with a little slap?
It was kind of dumb.
It was dumb.
Now the fight's going to get pushed back another couple months to let that
because of the eye.
Cut.
It wasn't that bad, was it?
That's the rumor. Is they're going to push it back like to like January maybe.
Do you think it was staged?
No,
because they weren't punches. They weren't punches. They were slaps.
I don't think it was staged. I think he knows like can't punch a guy like that, but I could slap him.
What's if you're a man and another man punches you? Are you more mad, or if another man slaps you?
Oh, slap! You slap
like
me, I'm pissed. Stockton. We're gonna see a Stockton slap tomorrow night. I have a feeling that Nick Diaz is gonna pull out the Stockton slap.
Dude, that place is gonna go nuts when he comes out. You think he gets the biggest pop tomorrow night?
1,000% he does. Just like Nate Diaz.
6.5 years, and the guy comes in there and he's gonna get the biggest pop.
Hasn't won a fight in what? 10 years?
10 years, I think it was. Yeah.
Him and BJ Penn. Why don't him and BJ Penn run it?
Ooh. Probably because BJ's still beating up guys at the bar. Did you see Dylan Dennis get choked out at the bar?
By a security guy. Hey, Dylan, you should probably stop talking smack.
Yeah, his last win was almost 10 years ago.
Yeah.
To the T. BJ Penn.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Let them run it back.
I don't hate it.
They could BJ.
Dude, back in the day, though, he was a killer, man.
Oh,
Sakurai, Noons.
Here's the thing.
Paul Daly, Frank Shamrock.
You go back and look at it. Nate Diaz, when he says Nick is the best fighter in the world, in his opinion, stuff.
No.
Nate doesn't even hold a candle to Nick Diaz's resume.
No, he doesn't. He really doesn't.
Nick used to beat everybody.
Yeah. UFC. He was a killer, man.
He was the man. He was the man.
Well, all right then. Are we done for the day? And
I think.
Face off. And Ngannou's not going to be the champ. He's not going to be fighting Ngannou. He's going to be fighting Game.
I think the fight to make is Stipe and John then.
That's what I agree.
Because Stipe is like, yeah, I'll fight John Jones.
I like the John Jones.
Come on. Fight. Heavyweight GOAT versus light heavyweight GOAT.
Sign me up.
All day long.
All day long on that fight.
All day long.
All right. I guess we could wrap it up. We'll see you guys Monday. We will know who's getting punched in the stomach by Cole Faust on Monday. Oh, it's going to go all over TikTok. We're going to go viral.
TikTok.
I don't want it to be me. Volkanovski, do not let me down.
What? I'll bet you watch like T City just throws like a flying triangle in the first like 45 seconds and catches him.
I'm turning my phone off. Turning my phone off.
I will just send you clips of Cole knocking out Joey Lascelles over and over and be like, that's going to be your stomach.
He's wearing boxing gloves, right?
He says he's just going to wrap his hand.
That's not cool. No, he's got to wear a boxing glove.
Why? Why isn't that cool?
I don't want a broken rib.
Neither do I.
We'll
talk about it.
Yeah, we'll talk about that.
We'll talk about it.
At least give me a boxing glove.
hey, do you need to wear your "Don't Be a" shirt when you do it?
I will wear that shirt. There might be some tears coming down my eyes in that one. I was telling Steve Sharp this morning at training, I'm like, about our little bet. He's like, "Oh, you'll be fine. You'll just be out of breath for a little bit. You'll be fine. You'll be good.
Exactly. You'll be fine."
Yeah, from a guy that's got 60-some fights, like,
Steve.
Of course he's going to be fine. I'm not going to be fine.
Hopefully Cody Bunderson's coming on the podcast at some point to talk about this card that literally has almost every Utah star ever on it.
Yeah.
Kent Mafaleo finally making his pro debut.
Mafaleo's making his pro debut.
Luke. Okay, I don't think people understand this. Lucas versus Steve Sharp now is so crazy.
Dude, I want to get those guys to come on the podcast and tell what their little agreement is so we could pump up that fight. Can we? It's not a secret, right?
I don't think that's for us to say.
We'll let them say it. I'm telling you guys right now, grab your popcorn when those guys fight. We'll let those guys say it. I don't think it's a secret. I think everybody knows, but I don't want to put it out there. Just watch that fight. Those guys fought each other back in the day too.
They fought already?
Yeah, they fought already back in the day.
It's not on Tapology.
Yeah, it should be. It was because it was like a tournament. It was in they had to fight like 3 fights in one night.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And I think they were the last 2. Lucas might have been second. I could be wrong. Anyways, I'm telling you guys right now, there's a bunch of great card fights on that card, but that fight, yeah, no animosity, not like Steve's last fight. No animosity between those guys.
Oh no, it's good.
None at all. They're all
good, clean fun.
Yeah, good, clean fun competition from 2
Cole Schaefer,
veterans.
Billy Olicana.
Oh
Holy
my God!
smokes.
Like, come on. Who else did they announce? Sula's back on the card. Mitch and Sula are both back on the card.
Mitch and Sula are on the card. Steve Seiler's back in there.
Seiler's back on the card. Mio Strong's on the card, taking her first fight. Man, there's just some, yeah.
Yeah, if you're going to hit it up, for people that don't know, Mio's doing this to raise money for the Smart Foundation. So if you don't know who to buy tickets from, we have a lot of friends on the card, but, that one's going to a charity. So if that helps tip you one way or the other, that might be that. There's always that.
That's awesome. We'll have to get her on the podcast hopefully next week.
1,000,000,000%.
All right, we'll let you guys get out of here. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you guys on Monday. We out.
Hit me up for still.